On October 3rd through October 5th, the entire debate world comes together for 3 nights, 1 platform, 1 spectacle. This is not just another debate event. This is the grandest stage of them all. Debate Mania is the premier event in the debate community, the Super Bowl of intellect, the WrestleMania of words. The brightest minds, the fiercest rivalries, the biggest stakes. Here, champions are made, legacies are written, and only the sharpest minds survive. Debate Mania is the grandest stage of intellect. 2 voices, 2 visions, 1 destiny. For generations, the fight for black liberation has taken many forms. But at Debate Mania, the battle is not fought with fists. It is fought with ideas. In one corner, the pseudo-Hunter Heru conscious, a fearless atheist, a relentless skeptic. He believes Pan-Africanism is an outdated ideology. And at Debate Mania, she plans to prove it. But standing in his way is the champion, the defender of the people, the voice of pride, power, and Pan-African unity. Super Pan Man, the Pan-African atheist. 2 giants of thought, 2 unstoppable forces. 1 collision that will shake the foundations of the Versus series. This is more than a debate. This is the main event. This is Debate Mania. Only on Paradigm Shift TV 314. Be there for this historic 3-night event.
All right, welcome to Paradigm Shift TV 314. This is your brother DMG the Poet, aka Brother Pianki, and we have another powerful show with a powerful debate coming up just for your viewing pleasure. This is the semifinals of the social media title tournament. Last night we saw our brother KOT move on in his contest with the brother Michael Everett. Tonight, one of these debaters, either Big Himmy, the biblical barbarian, or the steel stiletto, the enigmatic Quinn, will be moving on. We will find out one way or another who is moving on to Debate Mania to be crowned the new social media title tournament, or title champion, I should say. That being said, before we get into our spiel, y'all know I got to do my spiel. Let me say hotep to my Kemetic brothers and sisters. God bless to my Christian brothers and sisters. Let me say Islam to my Moorish brothers and sisters. Assalamu alaikum to my brothers and sisters in the NOI. Peace to my brothers and sisters in the nation of God's and earth, them 5%ers. Let me say what's up to all my atheist brothers and sisters. Salute to all my Abo brothers and sisters. Big up to all my Rasta brothers and sisters. Let me shout out my Owaspy brothers and sisters. Creator gang. Let me salute my Naga brothers and sisters, them electromagnetic messiahs. Last and certainly not least, I want to say Jambo to the rest of my brothers and sisters all throughout the African diaspora, be it here in the wilderness of the United States of America and beyond. Now, y'all know I say that greeting for one reason and one reason only. If you Black, I'm with you, and I hope you with me. Our different ideologies should not keep us from uniting. We can have truth. I keep saying truth for some reason. Some is occurring to me about truth. We can't have unity without uniformity. Maybe it ain't no unity without truth. We can't have unity without uniformity, and we can disagree without being disrespectfully disagreeable. Y'all know that last part is the most difficult. Hey, shout out to the brother A1 over there at the Coliseum of Arguments. For those who didn't see, I just strangled me a goat in Mumble Mouth Molly. Shalom to my brother Vincent Mueller. Sekhmet the Goddess, Trust and Believe the Gospel, Anonymous Hebrew, Sage the Savage. Listen, shout out to the sister Ray. Hey, listen, I got the little thing turned up Forgot to turn it back down on the comments. So if you got blocked or something, it's probably the system. With nobody in here to actually block no comments. So I could attest that it might be the system. Plus, we ain't trying to block you. Big Himmy in here. So you got to be heard. Because otherwise, if it was just DMG, you probably wouldn't even be up in here. But, that's between me and you. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the boy Reloaded. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shay Bay, Random Info. My man, the #1 contender for the Versus Series title, Haru Conscious in the building. Shout out to Moray. Everybody that's joining us, we in the building. Y'all about to have y'all a spectacular time watching this debate. That being said, these are two of the brightest in the Versus Series, two of my favorites. I don't even know who I'm going for, so I'm finna kick back and watch it with y'all. That being said, let me turn it over to the best host in the game. My brother, your brother, the one and only, Quinn. It's on you, my brother.
What's going on, everybody? You already know what it is. I'm expecting to see a good and fair bout. We're going to put it together. We got the Enigmatic Quinn versus Himmy, the biblical barbarian. You already know we're going to keep it right, but it's going to be tight. We're going to do opening statements. So the flip was off camera. As we found out, Himmy is going to give an opening statement. The opening statements are going to be 3 minutes. And so since I'm also going to be running some of the behind the scenes stuff, give me a 30-second delay so that I can position them before I give them the green light to go. So when you are ready, I will start your time. But Himmy, before you go, do you need me to present something for you?
Yes, sir. Put my screen up. It's part of my opening.
Right. I'm adding that to the stage. You want me to blow this up?
Yeah, full screen, full screen.
Full screen that. Hold on, let me set my little timer situation together for you. We're gonna do a 3-minute timer. Just give me 30 seconds to do that first.
Hey, while my brother doing that, I saw somebody who I gotta shout out. She is the godmother of Paradigm Shift TV 314 and the Versus Series. Salute to my mama, my other mama, Mama B, Barbara Cunningham. Salute to that powerful queen. Appreciate everything you do. If you against Mama B, you against DMG. Putting it like that. Shout out to Mama B for everything she do for the shift and for the Versus Series. I think we heard Michael Everett say last night he wouldn't even be doing this if it wasn't for Mama B. Let me drop a bomb for Mama. All right, y'all carry on.
You already know. All right. I am going to full screen you. I start when you start. It's on you, Himmy.
All right. So the title of this debate is centered around which school system is better for Black overall success or long-term success. So I'm gonna jump right into it. HBCUs empower Black students, helping them build lasting wealth, achieve professional status, and create a powerful legacy. So we're gonna dive into some facts, right? HBCUs generate an estimated $16.5 billion in economic impact annually, supporting over 136,000 jobs. That's according to the United Negro College Fund. All right. Just 3% of U.S. colleges is HBCUs. HBCUs produce 13% of all Black bachelor's degrees from approximately 99 institutions, and that's according to the National Center of Education Statistics. They enroll 8% of Black undergraduate students. The economic impact of historically Black colleges is furthermore, HBCUs are recognized for producing a significant percentage of Black STEM graduates. All right. Lifetime earnings. HBCUs from the class of 2021 are projected to earn an additional $146 billion in lifetime earnings. That's according to the United Negro College Fund. All right. We're going to define terms. A HBCU is a school that was established pre-1964, right? It's a Title III. Their main mission is to educate Black Americans. There are 99 federally recognized institutions, all right? A PWI is the majority white enrollment. That means it's over 50% of the enrollment of that school are white students. It's a historically white culture and structure. Over 90% of U.S. higher education institutions are PWIs, all right? And they are
60
not
seconds.
founded for Black students, all right? Success metrics, right? It is wealth, professional, civic, health, and economic mobility, all right? Is equal access truly equal? Let's unpack the reality of Black students. I'm gonna get into that more in my round, but I just want to outline that this is what I'm gonna be going through throughout this debate. I yield the rest of my time.
All right, you had 30 seconds left on the board. I'm gonna go ahead and drop your screen down. We're gonna minimize that first. The full screen layout. Now, hold on, let me pull this down. Quinn, are you ready? And I know
I am. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm gonna go ahead and you want me to share yours, right?
Yes, full screen.
All right, let me share screen. I need to. All right, can you see that? I'm gonna make this full screen if it let me. All right, let me reset the counter for you before you do anything else. We got 3 minutes on the clock. Give me 30 seconds to clean it, zero these out. All right, I'll start when you start.
All right, I am starting right now. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Paradigm Shift. My name is Quinn, and my debate for tonight is, should Black people choose HBCUs or PWIs for long-term success? Next slide for me.
Okay.
All right, this is a quote from my very best friend. She wanted to get some action in this one, where she says, "You hate white people so much, but they're succeeding. At least learn to steal from them." And she does have a fair point in this. This is something that we have seen other races do. So I don't know why that can't work for us to some extent, but that won't be the only part of my argument. We can keep going from here. All right, let's go ahead and get into my premise. Let's set the record straight. I'm not here to sing kumbaya about college experiences or hand out comfort blankets. I'm here to prove with hard facts and a sharper wit why PWIs are the stronger move for Black people who want long-term success. That's my only job tonight, nothing more. Next slide. All right, so my definition of long-term success is getting to a place where not only are you comfortable, but you have enough wealth to live in excess, and you can expand your reach to the community and later the world. All right, next slide for me. So we do have some definitions that we need to hit. PWI, just as Himmy said, is going to be 50% or more white students. HBCU, think about the same thing, except we have a history marker set for 1964. And their mission is to educate Black Americans. We have another term that is eustress, which is physical, mental, or emotional tension that is caused by something positive or is psychologically or physically beneficial. And then we also have long-term success as well, which is achievement and accomplishment sustained over an extended period, often resulting from consistent effort towards career goals. All right, now I only have 40 seconds on the clock, but let's be clear. This is purely about facts. This is not about culture or tradition or legacy. None of those are in my argument today because those are not needed for success. We are here to push the community forward. So that's what my side is today. I don't know what Himmy's going to bring. We'll see. But I'm just stating mine. And I'll go ahead and relinquish my 18 seconds right here.
That was good. That was good. I am going to close out your screen. And DMG said if I did it wrong, that would happen. So let me fix that first really quick. Share screen again. Share screen. And then he said, let's see. I can remove it now. That should be good. There we go. Let me put myself here. There we go. So now I got y'all side by side. Round one. Himmy, I'm gonna bring everything up on the stage for you. Anything you need before we get into your presentation?
No, we're gonna jump right into it and address these facts, just like the sister said, bro.
Okay. When you say you ready, I'm ready, and I will start your time at 10 minutes. This is the first round. It's on you.
All right. So PWI challenges, unequal outcomes. Black students at non-elite PWIs face a 15% lower graduation rate, right? 52% versus 67% white. All my sources are going to be on screen. Anything I can quote, fact checkers, y'all out there, y'all can look it up. All right. This disparity costs individuals $50,000 to $70,000 in lost lifetime earnings, right? HBCU impact. They're built for success. Only 3% of institutions yet produce 27% of Black STEM graduates, right? HBCU graduates earn an estimated $130,000 more in individual lifetime, right? HBCUs contribute 16.5 billion annually to the U.S. economy, generating over 136,000 jobs. All right, our choice is clear. Invest in genuine access and intentional design for optimal outcomes. HBCUs are the gold standards for Black success. All right. Like I said, true success message, intentional foundations. HBCUs were founded purposefully between the 1860s and 1880s for Black advancement. These institutions are intentional engines, not forced compliance with integration. All right. HBCUs produce a significant percentage, around 27% of all Black STEM graduates, despite being only 3% of the institutions. Black men at HBCUs are 17% more likely to earn STEM bachelor's degrees. All right. Comparative graduation advantage. When compared to similar non-HBCU institutions, accounting for size, selectivity, finances, and student demographics, Black students at HBCUs are 33% more likely to graduate. All right. This demonstrates a significant comparative advantage and superior long-term outcomes for Black students. Right? Holistic well-being. HBCU graduates report significantly higher financial and purpose well-being. Okay. Evidence confirms HBCUs are the gold standard for Black success, providing optimal outcomes beyond mere access. All right. The system shows its true colors. Why do I have this side up here? Funding for my minority serving institutions, including historically Black colleges and universities, is under direct attack, revealing a systemic bias. This isn't theoretical anymore, Quinn. It's happening right now, highlighting a profound systemic issue. The Department of Education halts funding. Just last week, a few days ago, the DOE announced it would end discretionary funding for MSI grant programs, right? The stated reason, these programs discriminate by conferring government benefits exclusively to institutions that meet racial or ethnic quotas. You know, that Secretary Linda McMahon publicly affirmed, okay? Exacerbating historic underfunding. This decision compounds an already significant $12.6 billion underfunding gap experienced by land-grant HBCUs between 1987 and 2020. This systemic disparity continues to hinder institutions proven to drive economic impact and educational attainment. HBCUs are critical for Black advancement, producing a significant percentage of Black STEM graduates, though the exact percentage varies by source and year. All right, Quinn, Given this blatant systemic attack on minority-serving institutions, including the historical 12.6 billion underfunding of HBCUs, how can you genuinely assert that predominantly white institutions are superior for Black students' long-term success? It seems you're championing a system that actively undermines the very institutions proven most effective for Black advancement. All right. Integration was federally mandated, not willingly embraced. It was enforced through landmark legal battles, right? We have Brown versus Board of Education in 1954. We have the Civil Rights Act in 1964, right? Then we have fierce, massive resistance. Integration met widespread defiance across the South. The Little Rock Nine in 1957. Federal troops were needed to escort Black students into these white colleges. James Meredith in 1962, his enrollment at University of Mississippi sparked riots requiring federal intervention. There was widespread use of pupil placement laws, tuition grants, and school closures to defy mandates. Okay, what they're telling y'all is schools were literally closed down and stopped opening in order to prevent Black students from going to them. But Quinn wants us to integrate into them, right?
5 minutes.
All right, you said 7?
5.
Oh, significant Black student enrollment only occurred in the late 1960s and 1970s, long after initial mandates. Persistent inequality, systemic barriers, hostile environments, and lack of support created unequal experiences for Black students. Okay? HBCUs are built for Black excellence, right? Born from necessity and resilience, these institutions were founded by Black leaders for Black communities, right? Pioneer institutions pre-Civil War. Cheney University, 1837, the first HBCU founded by Quakers. Wilberforce University, 1856, the first Black-owned and operated college. Explosive growth post-1865. You have Fisk University, Howard University, Spelman College, and Tuskegee Institute. Their mission was clear: cultivate Black intellect, preserve culture, and develop leadership. The Institute, that's coming from the Institute for Higher Education Policy, 2005. All right. The unmistakable legacy, right? Again, HBCUs comprise of approximately 2.5% of U.S. higher education institutions, right? With about 99 institutions. HBCUs produce 13% of Black bachelor's degrees. HBCUs enroll 8% of all Black undergraduate students, right? But look at these numbers. There's 16.5 billion in economic impact, 136,000 plus jobs, 146 billion in lifetime earnings, 12.6 billion underfunding gap. So through all this, right, they profoundly shaped civil rights and culture, educating pivotal figures like Martin Luther King Jr., Thurgood Marshall, and Madam C.J. Walker. Their enduring mission, empowering Black people to build a future, fostering an environment of belonging and intellectual rigor. All of this while having a fight against a system that don't want them to succeed. All right. So we're going to get into some of these rulings, right? Sweat versus Painter in 1950, the denial. In 1946, Himmy Sweat was denied admission to the University of Texas Law School because of his race. Right? Texas responded by hastily creating a separate but equal law school for Black students called the Texas State University for Negro School. This Black-only school was severely underfunded. It lacked basic resources, experienced faculty, and proper accreditation, making it inherently unequal. Supreme Court ruling. The Supreme Court ultimately ruled that the Black-only school was inherently unequal and ordered the University of Texas to admit Sweat. Groundbreaking precedent. This case was groundbreaking and challenged the very idea that separate facilities could ever truly be equal, especially in professional education. Okay. Brown versus Board of Education. This pivotal decision led by Chief Justice Earl Warren abolished separate but equal doctrine in public education. The court unanimously declared that separate educational facilities are inherently unequal, recognizing the profound psychological and social harm caused by segregation, right? Widespread resistance, massive resistance. The ruling faced fierce, massive resistance in the South, exemplified by 1956, right? A decade later, by 1964, only 2.3% of Black students in Southern schools attended integrated institutions, highlighting significant defiance and the need for further federal intervention. All right, this is how why HBCUs were so important. All right, like I said, they are born from necessity. Before federal mandates, many HBCUs were founded by Black churches, missionary societies, and philanthropists immediately after the Civil War to educate free slaves and their descendants. Pioneering institutions, I've already touched on those. Founders'
60
vision.
seconds.
All right, individuals like Daniel Payne, Wilberforce, and General established these schools with the explicit goal of providing higher education and professional training denied elsewhere. They couldn't get this. So HBCUs were literally birthed to do the exact thing that Quinn is saying. These predominantly white institutions that have existed forever is going to outdo Black colleges. I don't understand that. I'm gonna yield the rest of my time.
All right. I'm gonna minimize the screen. That. All right. Let me reset this timer. Quinn, are you ready?
I am.
All right. Can you see the screen?
Yes.
All right. I will start when you start.
All right, we're on round one. Let's go ahead. All right, so let's begin. It takes a relentless pursuit of your potential, mental toughness, discipline, and perseverance necessary to continue along that path. It is not my job to tell you this is going to be easy. It's my job to tell you the truth of what's going to take, and the methods. Of what it's going to take and the methods you can use to achieve long-term success. Next slide. So let's go ahead and get into the introduction. Attending a PWI is more than just a college decision. It's a launch pad to a world of possibilities. For Black students, these institutions can be a powerful springboard, turning potential into achievement and challenges into triumph. Tonight, I will show you why using a PWI is not just smart, it's a strategic move towards long-term success. Next slide for me. All right, let's go over the 10 traits of successful people. Okay, so there's adaptivity, resilience, mental toughness, continuous improvement, teamwork and collaboration, discipline and dedication, goal setting, routines and rituals, continuous improvement, risk-taking and innovation. Now, let's stop for a sec, because a lot of these things have been used to overcome a lot of racism that we've experienced, right? So I feel like if you have these qualities, you'll still succeed. At a PWI, it's not, I just feel like it's a no-brainer there, but we can keep going. Next slide. So let's talk about real-world preparations and resilience. Many Black graduates testify that attending a PWI helped them adjust to professional environments where they are often underrepresented. Attending a PWI is a training ground for leadership in a world as it exists. Next slide. So we have testimonies. Choosing a PWI allowed for more access to financial aid awards that would assist me in paying for my degree. FAU has allowed me the ability to grow my leadership amongst people that look like me, but also people who don't look like me. This is a woman named Julian. She is a Black journalist from the paradigmpress.com. Next screen for me. So evidence, part one, eustress, which I feel like a lot of this racism talk is right here. Eustress, which is still like good stress, can drive productivity, creativity, and hope. If I'm wrong, we can just look at the civil rights movement for that. What was all that? Even though I'm not saying it was a good movement, as in like the things around it was not good. But we ended up getting rights out of it. It pushed us towards something positive. So that is still youth stress, even though it's a bit on the extreme side, I admit. Now, it is linked to academic achievement as well, and investment in coursework, setting ambitious goals and having high expectations. This promotes youth stress, resulting in the desire to achieve. If you're seen as the underdog, what better way than to go to where people say that, oh, well, you're not supposed to be here and all this. You're going to be told that as a Black person your entire life. You might as well go and try instead of being safe at a HBCU. Next slide. So testimonies, part 2. I was exposed to many hardships as a freshman in college. Spending another 4 years in school wasn't the issue. It was the fact that I am now growing in an environment where I am not going to see many people look like me. It's dealing with the fact that I have to settle with being the only Black woman in the classroom and tolerate the lack of inclusivity and diversity of Black facility in my institution. Now, let's go ahead and take this real quick. Not only is she talking about just in school, this is going to be something that she sees when she moves up the ranks. Notice that when you move up to CEO and all of this, notice how the melanin tends to fade. It's great that HBCUs can give you jobs, but where's the ranking in it, is what I'm asking. Next slide, please. Now, Black students have higher levels of psychological distress compared to other students, in part to racism and discrimination. That is true. However, once again, this is a training module. You cannot escape racism and discrimination. Get a taste of it so you can learn how to move on to the next thing in life instead of getting stuck on this, because you're going to encounter this at any level as a Black person. Next slide. The truth is, the point for Black people in PWIs is to get prepared for the real world. Racism and discrimination has always been in the work environment towards minority races. This is why exposure to these things are so crucial. Rather than being shell-shocked over rejection, it's important to know how to move or work in spite of other people. Next slide. All right, let's get into the pros of a PWI. Better scholarship opportunities. You have a better chance of getting a scholarship from a PWI than the HBCU. That's simply because PWIs have higher endowments, which are more money or other financial assets that are that are donated to universities or colleges than HBCUs. Next slide. Pros of a PWI, again, is school reputation. At a PWI, people are more likely to recognize your school's name than at a HBCU. People think that this will also play a role into getting a job opportunity. Some say that that if the person at the job doesn't know much about HBCUs, and they'll take a person with a master's degree from Georgia Tech than a person with a master's degree from Clark Atlanta. Next slide. We can talk about St. Augustine University. Between millions of dollars, 32 million to be specific, in debt, in arson, arson investigation, and no permanent leader in place. St. Augustine faces an uphill battle. Right now, they are battling for their accreditation right now. Okay, and let me tell you what happens without your accreditation. All right, so you lose. You lose access to financial aid programs. Students cannot get federal aid, and the school will lose its accreditation. My thing about it is you got to stop and think when it comes to jobs as well. Imagine if you have a diploma from this university and they lose their accreditation. How does that make you look in the long run when they have to look this up? Next slide. Pros of a PWI is going to be more money earned. Okay, between a PWI and an HBCU, the average income is going to be $62,000 when it comes to the PWIs, and then the HBCUs get $51,000. Now I'm talking individual numbers here. Next slide for me.
Alrighty.
So let's compare, because I've actually gone to an HBCU and I'm at a PWI. So I started off at Alabama State, and you can look at the numbers here. That graduation rate is 14%. Graduation rate at Troy University is 29%. We could talk about the minority presence is actually 2%. I do not count Black presence at an HBCU. That's a cop-out. I'm sorry, that's 2%. Minority presence over here is 42. Let's look at the 6 years later, how much money you're making. 27,453. That is what you're making at ASU. Okay, so Troy, you're making 39,392. Do you see the gap? That's insane, isn't it? Let's keep going. Okay, so the pros of a PWI: more financial support. A brief by the American Council on Education found that HBCU endowments are behind PWIs by 70%. Next slide for me, please. Now we can talk about diverse friends and connections. Black students at HBCUs are more likely to have pre-college interactions with those of their own race, and Black students at PWIs are more likely to have pre-college interactions with white individuals, which will get you farther. All right, the last slide, I think, is going to be better graduation chances. The paper cites a 2021 study that graduation rates for students at HBCUs are 32% compared to the 44 at the Black students with the the Black students at the other institutions. And I will actually stop my time right there.
All right. We have 5 seconds to go. I'm going to minimize the screen. And we are no, you fine. We are going into the second round. I am going to
real quick, if I may, before we go into the second round, I just want y'all to know that we have moved to real-time judging. So we will find out who is moving on tonight. There won't be a show 2 days from now, a week from now, etc. We will find out tonight. So y'all hold tight. Once the debaters get done with their closing, your brother DMG will come in and let y'all know who will be moving on. If the judges haven't gotten that back to us, I might run a commercial or two. We talking debate mania. Y'all know what it is. But in the meantime, in between time, we're going to try to have that for y'all as soon as they get done with their closing. If for some reason that is not the case, we will just stall and talk whatever talk we can. You know, we got the boy Cannon. He going to keep us entertained. But just wanted to let y'all know that so y'all don't go nowhere after the closing.
All right. That was a word from our sponsors. Thank you, brother DMG, for that. I am reloading the clock to 10 minutes for brother Himron. I'm going, before we do that, do me a favor. If you we got a nice amount of people watching right now, please hit that like button for the channel, leave a comment. Shout out to the host with the most, your boy. You know, I'm happy to see a lot of comments in here. Himmy at the ready. You good, Him?
Yeah, I'm good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you sound good. We ready. Hold on. I got the timer set. Let me make the layout large. Okay. I start when you start.
It's time to get busy. So she just spent the whole round just saying why she think it's good to get a degree from a PWI, right? But we're talking about long-term Black success, all right? Not your first job, not just attaining a degree, long-term Black success, right? So upward mobility, right? The true test. We're going to get into the real numbers. 30%, right, of HBCU graduates climb 2+ income quintiles, right? Versus 18% from non-HBCU grads. That's a 12% difference, okay? HBCUs deliver substantive long-term intergenerational success, empowering first-generation graduates to create tangible legacy wealth, okay? Building generational wealth. Moving up 2 quintiles resulted in an average of $250,000 in wealth within 15 years, according to the Brookings Institution, right? This wealth is typically built through home ownership and retirement savings. It directly funds the next generation's education, okay? Addressing inequality. As economics Dr. Sandy Darity Jr. and William A. Darity Sr. confirmed, HBCUs are essential for addressing systemic economic inequality, okay? HBCU impact, right? Black engineers. HBCUs produce a remarkable 40% of all Black engineers. I want to remind y'all, in my first round, I told y'all, HBCUs only make up 3%, under 3% of colleges in America, right? But they produce 40% of all Black engineers in the United States, right? This achievement is consistently highlighted in White House and federal reports. Institutions like North Carolina A&T State University and Prairie View A&M are known for their strong engineering programs and their steady output of highly skilled graduates. Career outcomes and success. Alumni from these programs secure positions at top-tier companies such as Boeing and Google, often with starting salaries upwards of $75,000, right? My sources are on the screen. You can go check them out. Oh, I went too far. Hold up, go back. Teachers and lawyers. Black teachers. HBCUs graduate 50% of all Black teachers in the U.S., a statistic frequently cited in federal reports, right? Black lawyers. HBCUs produce nearly 50% of all Black lawyers, a fact consistently highlighted in federal sources and analysis, right? Howard Universities and Texas Southern Law School play a key role in developing Black talent in the legal field. This strong pipeline demonstrates HBCU's essential role in shaping the education and legal professions nationwide. I'm gonna remind y'all, HBCUs are only comprised of 3% of the national average when it comes to how many schools exist. 3%, yet they produce over 50% of all Black teachers, Black lawyers, and 40% of engineers, okay? HBCU excellence in healthcare, producing Black physicians. Historically, HBCUs have been instrumental in graduating a significant number of Black physicians in the United States, okay? Institutions like Meharry Medical College and Howard University's Medical School are foundational to this success, consistently producing highly qualified Black healthcare professionals. This critical pipeline boosts healthcare equity by ensuring diverse representation, fostering culturally competent care, and addressing disparities in undeserved communities nationwide. All right, Black judges, 80% approximately, right? Approximately 80% of Black judges are HBCU alumni. Do y'all know how important that is? HBCUs have educated over 80% of all Black judges. That's according to the White House fact sheet in 2021. This is a clear demonstration of their profound influence in shaping the judiciary, right? Trailblazers in justice. This legacy includes iconic figures like Justice Thurgood Marshall, the first African-American Supreme Court justice and an HBCU graduate. His achievements highlight HBCU's critical role in developing judicial leaders. The steady stream of HBCU graduates entering the judiciary significantly influences both judicial diversity and shaping of legal precedent. This helps ensure a more representative and equitable justice system. Again, we're talking about long-term success, okay? The data speaks. Economic powerhouses. HBCUs are economic engines generating a significant $16.5 billion annually and supporting over 136,000 jobs across various sectors, right? HBCUs contribute to substantial upward mobility, with 2021 graduates projected to earn $146 billion in lifetime earnings. These institutions produce 13% of all Black bachelor's degrees, all right? We already touched on that, but I'm going to show y'all this 16.5 billion annual economic impact, why this is the soul of our debate, right? HBCUs contribute a staggering 16.5 billion annually to the national economy. They are vital anchors, fueling cities and regions by generating jobs and stimulating local businesses, right? The multiplier effect. The economic activity from HBCUs creates a multiplier effect, meaning every dollar spent circulates to support more jobs and services in their communities. Again, we're talking about long-term success, outsized professional impact. Despite comprising only 3% of U.S. institutions, which I keep harping on, HBCUs produce an astonishing 80% of Black judges, 50% of Black lawyers, 70% of Black doctors, and 40% of Black engineers. Okay? Again, my sources are on the screen. Achieving more with less. Even with historical underfunding, that's why I opened my first round like I did. HBCUs generate this massive economic and professional impact, demonstrating incredible efficiency and success. Land grant HBCUs alone face an underfunding gap of $12.6 billion between 1987 and 2020, right? This substantial economic footprint highlights their critical role in national prosperity and social mobility, okay? All right, the 146 billion lifetime earnings, HBCU graduates collectively add an impressive 146 billion to their lifetime earnings, according to the United Negro College Fund, right? Creating long-term wealth for individuals and families, right? This significant wage premium leads to greater financial stability and promotes the intergenerational economic mobility, building lasting prosperity in communities, okay? Life trajectory transformation. HBCUs profoundly impact students' lives, contributing to society and generating an impressive 146 billion in lifetime earnings, right? The nurturing environment fosters leadership skills and broadens perspectives, with HBCUs generating 30% of all Black bachelor's degrees, despite only enrolling 8% of Black undergraduates, right? Students develop a strong sense of self and an enduring spirit, contributing to the 16.5 billion annual economic impact and support of 136,000 plus jobs, okay? A legacy of excellence. Howard University produced icons like Justice Thurgood Marshall and Toni Morrison. Spelman College, home to Alice Walker and numerous other STEM leaders, right? Academic advancement. 60% of Spelman graduates pursue advanced degrees, right? Unparalleled supporting outcomes. Sense of belonging. Clark Atlanta students are 2.3 times more likely to graduate due to strong community, all right? Dedicated faculty care. 58% of HBCU students feel supported by faculty compared to 25% elsewhere, okay? Holistic preparation. 55% of HBCU graduates feel ready for life after college versus 29% of non-HBCU graduates, okay? Now, Quinn outlined all of this stuff in her opening and said this is what long-term success is and why it's important. And I'm showing y'all the numbers, okay? The HBCU experience cultivates individuals who achieve personal success and enrich communities and the nation, underscoring their powerful and vital role. Okay?
60 seconds.
All right. Cool. So, direct access and advocacy. HBCU networks provide tangible support. They connect you to the right opportunities. HBCU graduates benefit from powerful alumni networks, contributing to significant career connections and mentorship. These networks contribute to the overall economic impact of HBCUs with these numbers that I keep punching down y'all faces until y'all get it, right? Alumni, more than names. Alumni from institutions like Howard, Spelman, and Morehouse actively mentor their student counterparts. They host job fairs and contribute significantly to community development. All right. While some suggest HBCU networks are limited, rigorous National Bureau of Economic Research sample research reveals that HBCUs are powerful catalysts driving superior student outcomes, even when controlling for individual characteristics. A notable proportion of alumni ascend to top executive roles, underscoring the expansive reach and impact of these networks. All right.
Alrighty. Let me hold on, let me add to the stage. Okay. Let me reset the timer for Quinn. Are you available, Quinn? You ready to go?
I'm here.
Okay. Can you see the screen?
Not this time. Are we on Let's Sum It Up for me?
Yeah. Okay. I see what happened. Let me minimize it, and then how about now? Can you see it now?
No, it's fine. Like
Okay.
I have another part over here. I just want to make sure we're on the same part.
We are on. Let's sum it up.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right.
We'll start. Go ahead.
On you.
Gotcha. All right. And I am starting now. All right. Let's sum up my first round. Overall, PWIs have a better foundation for their students compared to HBCUs. They have more money and more resources to help their students, and they have the reputation to get hired and to set you up to prosper financially. Once again, this debate isn't about culture or emotion or how we feel about this process. It's about raising the bar of living amongst Black people on a factual level. Next screen for me.
All right. Round 2.
All right. And I will keep going. So let's talk about the power of influence real quick. And here is a Black woman who tweeted this, where she said, a 4.0 at a HBCU is not the equivalent to a 4.0 at a rigorous PWI. No shade being thrown, but that's the truth. And I do agree with her. Next slide.
All right.
So here's a good start, because Himmy keeps hitting this point over and over again, but he doesn't tell you the full extent of it. A report from the National Science Foundation found that HBCUs produce the largest amount of African American students receiving their PhDs in STEM areas. In fact, 33% of African American students receiving their PhDs in STEM attain bachelor's degrees from HBCUs. To put that in perspective, roughly 105 institutions are producing a third of all African Americans obtaining PhDs in STEM fields. Congrats. Not mad. Next one. But let's talk about this HBCU to PWI pipeline. The Association of Public and Land Grant Universities, APLU, recently reported that HBCU graduates go on to pursue graduate and professional degrees in STEM, law, medicine at Harvard, Penn, Yale, Berkeley, Duke, and the University of Georgia, University of Virginia, Johns Hopkins, and other top-ranked universities. In case you guys do not know, those are all PWIs. Okay, let's go to the next one. Let's talk about real power. In fact, African American students that attend an HBCU are more likely to go on to graduate or professional school than African American graduates from other institution types. Okay. So let me wrap that up before I go into the next slide. That basically means that if you graduate from an HBCU, congratulations on your bachelor's or whatever you got. You still got to go to a PWI to get a good job. Next slide for me. Now let's talk PWI power. Let's talk Kamala Harris, bachelor's degree. Okay, went to Howard University. Okay, law degree, University of California. Okay, now we're hitting the PWIs. She started at an HBCU, but she ended at a PWI, and that's what led her to her vice presidency. It wasn't the HBCU that did it full throttle. Okay, next slide. Stacey Abrams is another one. Bachelor's degree, Spelman College. Okay, and creme de la creme of the Black colleges, you know? So she got that. Master's degree, though, is coming from a PWI, University of Texas at Austin. Okay, and then we have another PWI, that's her law degree. That is a PWI. So she started at an HBCU and ended at a PWI. Next slide for me. Cedric Richmond. Bachelor's degree, Morehouse College, creme de la creme. But law degree is coming from a PWI. We are right back to the pipeline of, oh, look, you got to go to a white university to get some power. Hey, and look, it works for all three of them. They're all successful. Next slide. Now, here's just my thought bubble about the situation. As proven, the HBCU to PWI pipeline is something that we can't ignore. No one is saying that HBCUs are important, but I am willing to bet that it would be way easier for most graduates to find a high-paying job with a PWI backing them. Having a PWI gives you more experience in your field, and employers acknowledge PWI backing. That's simply a fact of life. Next slide. Now let's talk diversity. Diversity serves as an advantage to Black people in both their college lives and their futures. This is the time to start gaining social awareness and start developing an identity outside of the Black community. One thing that the Black community struggles with is being able to stand on their own. What happens when you move up the ladder? What happens if you're the only Black person in the room? Are you strong enough to move independently? PWIs help with that. They give you the perfect setup with that. Keep going. Now, diversity enhances intelligence. Decades of research have revealed that diversity of race, ethnicity, gender, and sexual orientation in the workplace enhances creativity, uncovers novel perspectives, and leads to better decision-making and innovation. Several recent studies have confirmed the benefits of diversity in both research labs and across the business industry. All right, next one. Multiculturalism and PWI. Several predominantly white institutions have multiracial, multicultural, and diversity programs that support and engage students from various backgrounds. You heard me, various, right? Here are some of the top colleges that offer supportive programs and environments for minority students. Next one, we're going to Harvard University. The Harvard Foundation for Intercultural and Race Relations offers cultural programming and fosters positive relations among groups of culturally and racially diverse student bodies. I'm adding an S. All right, Stanford does the same thing. Through its diversity and access office, Stanford provides students with cultural centers and diversity programs, including the Black Community Services Center, which fosters community engagement and leadership development. All right, next one is going to be the University of Pennsylvania, UPenn. The Greenville Intercultural Center at UPenn offers intercultural communication programs and diversity-related activities promoting understanding among people of different cultural backgrounds. Next slide. Dartmouth College, okay? The Office of Pluralism and Leadership is dedicated to fostering inclusive communities and focus on advocating for students of diverse social identities. Next one. University of Michigan, UMich, through its multi-ethnic student affairs, UMich offers a range of diversity programs, including the Respect, my gosh, campaign, which promotes a campus culture of equity and respect for all individuals. Next slide for me. To put it plainly, diversity isn't just a buzzword at a PWI. You're not just learning formulas and essays. You're not blending in, you're sharpening up. If you can stand tall in a room full of people who don't look like you, then you can stand tall anywhere. That's not losing your Blackness, that's leveling it up. And closing this round out for me. Listen, this isn't about disrespecting HBCUs. This is about raising the bar. PWIs have more money, more recognition, and more reach. If the goal is long-term success, the smart move is clear. Go where the challenge is greatest, because that's where the growth and the victory happens. We can't afford comfort at this point. If you want power, sometimes you have to be uncomfortable to get the job done. Now, let me address some of the stuff that Himmy said in some of his rounds. First of all, he points out how Trump wants to get rid of ethnic programs, I guess, across America in the colleges. Okay, so here's the issue. That's not a PWI problem. As we've seen in my slide, they already provide them. Some of them even try to go around this to still help the students anyway. That's a Trump problem. So you can't blame the PWIs for that. Trump is the one being racist in this situation, okay? Constantly, Himmy is running from racism and embracing, I got you, embracing escapism. Does Himmy know that racism is in the real world? Stop coddling people in college and they won't get crushed by this fact when they get out, is all I'm saying. And I noticed that you keep mentioning overall wealth. What about individual wealth, Himmy? It's very easy to say that someone's doing good if you put them in a group. How are they doing by themselves is what I want to know. Okay? And let's see. I will go ahead and end it there.
Alrighty. I'm gonna leave you up on a mic because, as you know, um, we are going into our Q&A period, aka the chin check round. So this is gonna be 10 minutes each. Question the opponent. So we are going to start with you going first, and then obviously you control the time, and you have 3 times where you can pause the clock. But after those 3 times, your time will bleed out. So as we get ready for the Q&A round, everybody, how we doing in the chat? Shout outs to those in the chat. Paradigm Shift, the Bobs, the Barbarians. We got a lot of people. Shout outs to Pan. Okay, I see y'all. Everybody getting in there. So, Quinn, I know I gave you an opportunity to get a sip of water, rehydrate. Let me know when you are ready. I am going to set the time for 10 minutes for this Q&A round.
All right, I can go ahead and start if Himmy's ready.
Okay.
Yeah, I was
And
born.
all right, on my count, 3, 2, and it's on you.
All right, Himmy, we can both agree that most people would pick a cheaper option if it gives the same result. When it comes to institutions, why do minorities choose the PWI over the HBCU? Why don't they support HBCUs?
There's more PWIs to choose from.
That's your best answer.
That's the reality. There's more PWIs to choose from.
Okay. All right. So I'll just move to the next one then.
Most people go to.
That was your answer. You said it. You said that was your answer.
I'm waiting on the next question. You ain't.
All right, then let me speak then. If HBCUs are just as good, why do so many of their graduates still rely on PWI resources for graduate school or career advancement?
Nobody said PWIs don't have resources, Shawty. The point is HBCUs are better for Black long-term success. So what you just described was HBCUs set these people up, right? And then they go and get the access that the PWIs get them when getting their post-bachelor's degrees, right? Their masters and stuff like that, right? But they had to go to the HBCUs first. They wouldn't even be able to go to those PWIs to get their masters hadn't they went to the HBCUs to get their masters. You see what I'm saying? So you approved
No, I am not. Because real quick, I'll answer this. My thing is they go to the PWIs because that grants them accreditation.
So why didn't they go to the PWI first?
Because they were listening to you.
Right, and they understand that HBCUs are better for Black long-term success. I pointed.
So you offer master's degrees, but at the same time, it doesn't seem to make it into the actual job world. I'll keep going though. How do HBCUs influence policies and industries outside of Black spaces at the same level PWIs do?
I just told you, because they produce 80% of Black judges, right? That directly translate to judicial policy and all that stuff.
Child. Okay. If HBCUs were truly the stronger path, wouldn't we see more Fortune 500 executives from them then?
We do.
No, we do not.
Oh, you got those numbers? You point that out in your slide?
I mean, I don't have to. That one's kind of common sense. Fortune 500 companies, where are Black people in this?
They're in a lot of Fortune 500 companies, but
they are not.
Numbers, then you can provide it. Why you didn't put that in your slides?
Here we go. Okay, never mind.
I'm confused.
If HBCUs were founded because Black students were excluded from PWIs, doesn't their very existence prove PWIs hold more power and bigger opportunity?
Holding more power doesn't speak to the title of this debate. We ask, is it better for Black students to attend HBCUs or go to PWIs, right, for long-term success? So going to a school that was created to give them a shot at success is better than one that kept them out. You keep proving my point over and over again. I don't understand.
No, I do not, because because here's the thing. If PWIs had to force you into a comfort space and you guys still are not really actually producing across the board as much as them, I don't understand how that's seen as successful.
We're producing more than them.
No, you are
HBCUs
not.
only make 3%. Watch
Not
this.
without them. Not without them.
Listen
If
to
you
what I'm
still
saying.
have to go through them, then it doesn't count. Where is your straight
It does count.
HBCU
I'm saying,
people? You keep calling out people from the past. I want to hear people from now. I don't want to hear a Thurgood Marshall or whatever else you
listed
said.
them. You listed Kamala Harris and several others.
Still alive,
that graduated from HBCUs. You listed them
and got PWIs to actually get to where they're going. Even
launched them into their success. That's what's better. They didn't go to a PWI to get their degree. They went to an HBCU. Do you understand that?
They also went to a PWI.
I don't care. So what?
Why couldn't they stop at an HBCU? But wait, I'm sorry, I can't keep doing this. Hold on. If HBCUs are just as good as PWIs, why is the average difference in salary generally 10,000 less than the PWI standard when graduating then?
Because you're just talking about first year jobs, right? You just said
no, I'm not. It literally said after 6 years. Like, why?
You gonna answer? You gonna let me answer, or you gonna keep just yelling the stream?
Right? You start yelling first.
I'm answering the question.
Okay, fine. Go ahead. Answer the question.
Whispering, I can do that because I'm answering the question.
Answer the question then.
Like I said. Ask it again, because now you done threw me off.
If HBCUs are just as good as PWIs, why is the average difference in salary generally 10,000 less than PWI standards when graduating?
Because of what you said.
And this is still after 6 years.
Listen, do you understand that our debate is about long-term success, not about what you do right after you graduate, right? So I showed you in my slides that about how HBCUs provide more upward mobility, right? More for long-term success, more intergenerational wealth, right? So that's where they beat PWIs at in the long run, not right out the gate. I never said that. The debate is not what happens right out the gate. I would have never took that debate. You trapped yourself thinking you had me. It's about long-term success. 18% of Black graduates that graduate from non-HB, it's only 18% of Black graduates who go up 2 quintiles, right, in salary from non-HBCUs. It's 30% from HBCUs. So that crushes your whole argument.
No, it doesn't. My thing is, because I'm talking about, if they're starting out with $10,000 more than you on the first job, hang on, pause my time real quick.
You got it.
Okay, I want to make sure we're making sure this is my time, right? So let me ask my questions. Go ahead, you can start my time back.
All right, and 3 minutes on the clock.
That's fine. All I'm saying is that's not making sense considering where you're standing right here as a race on a financial level compared to them. You want to talk about long-term success? Okay, so what is this differentiation when you get your first job and you're 10,000 behind them already? That says failure right off the bat from the HBCU. Okay, and I'm not trying to say that to be offensive, but it doesn't make any sense. If you're offering the same resources, hold on, it's my time, right? I can do that because it's my time. I don't do that to you.
Okay, well, do it. Judges, take note. She don't want to ask me no more questions. She want to rant.
No, I'm answering after you lied. I am answering after you lied.
I didn't lie about nothing.
Explain the what? Okay, so explain. Stop my time again.
You got it.
Okay, so I'm literally trying to ask you a question right now, and you keep cutting me off. simmer down a little bit and I can ask you a question. All right? Start my time one more time.
All right, 2 minutes and 15 seconds is on the clock. Himmy, do me a favor and just get to the Q&A part and go.
Okay. So if what you're saying is true, can you please explain the wage gap that affects you to this very day? If the HBCUs can cover everything.
I just explained it. If
No.
I'll do it a little bit slower this time, right? You said that PWIs have prestige, right? People in jobs look at their degrees, right? They honor their degrees more, right? And whatever. So starting out, right? These people may get jobs where it's the 10,000 gap, right? That addresses your $10,000 gap thing, right? But guess what? The HBCUs actually prepare their college graduates with the skills needed in the workplace. That's why they have more upward mobility. So they may start off with a $10,000 gap, but in 2 to 5 years, 5 to 10 years, 10 to 15 years, that gap is closed and they end up over succeeding their non-HBCU counterparts. That's what I'm saying.
No, that simply just still makes them more successful, but okay. I'll release my time. I will release my time.
I bet you will.
Because I'm not going to sit here and get a headache over you tonight.
I bet you. Yeah,
I refuse.
Note to the judge, Big Himmy gave her a headache in her question round. She's conceding in her question round.
No, I'm not.
You just did. Did I not just hear what I just heard? You don't want to keep asking me questions because I'm giving you a headache.
I didn't say I have a headache. Oh my gosh. Keep going. Oh my gosh. Just go to his question round. He's about to.
All righty, so we are going to switch it back for 10 minutes on the clock. Himrock, before you start, I just want to point out the chat is on fire. If you are new to the channel, please like and subscribe. If you're rocking with the host, please throw a thumbs up or something in the chat. Shout out to Boy Cannon. Hit that like button. And now I'm switching gears so Himrock can get in the driver's seat. And when you are ready.
Hey, real quick, before you start Himmy time, I just got to say shout out to everybody in the chat. I don't know if the sister Honey is still in the chat, but I got to tell you, me and you got beef. And I'm going to tell you why offline, because I'm looking at these numbers and I kind of feel like you got something to do with it. I need this all the time. You holding out on me. You holding out on me. That being said, hey, man, y'all continue. Himmy popular, but I don't know if he that popular. You holding out on him. Listen, shout out to the both debaters. It got real feisty. The crowd is on fire. I love it. I'll be back.
You already know. So with that being said, that was another opportunity for our host and our sponsor to speak. So now we are getting ready for Himrock. You ready? You ready to activate? It's your turn. When you start, I will start the timer, and it's on you.
Quinn, are you ready?
Can you hear me?
Okay, hear you.
I can hear you.
Okay,
Are you ready?
yeah.
Do you need some Excedrin, Tylenol?
No, I need you to get to the point.
I'm getting to it. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna establish something, right? You ever had an interview? So, are you a black female? Do you consider yourself a black female?
Obviously.
No. Okay. Am I a black male?
I would say so.
Okay. Answer why you can't answer questions directly.
Yes and yes. There
we go. Okay. Thank you. Okay, did you attend college? I think you said that in your rounds that you attended college. I did.
I went to a HBCU and PWI.
Okay, you went to a HBCU first?
Yes.
You graduated?
Nope.
Why not?
It didn't have what I needed there.
Oh, it didn't have what you. Oh, okay. So this debate is personal for you.
No.
You don't think so?
Nope.
So when I describe, right, the HBCUs only make up 3%, right, of schools in America, but the output in which they produce over like over 40% of engineers, 50% of teachers, 80% of judges, and lawyers. How do you say that that's not valuable towards long-term success for Black people?
All I'm saying is if they had to go to a PWI to get it, I just don't know about the whole HBCU thing.
But they went to an HBCU to get it.
But if you have to keep going to a PWI, that kind of cancels the whole thing, but keep going.
It doesn't. Okay, so why do you think, if I'm saying that HBCUs are built for Black success, for long-term Black success, and then you give me examples of HBCU alumni and their success stories, right? Why are you saying that they are not better for long-term Black success? Because
at a HBCU, you have the ability to finish all the way to master's, I believe. But a lot of these people did not do that. They took their bachelor's or whatever they had, and then they went to a PWI and they got accreditation. I mean, not accreditation. They got their stuff that way.
So do you think that? So do you think that while these people were obtaining their masters, they weren't in the workforce?
I'm sorry, say again for me.
Do you think that these people, while obtaining their masters, that these individuals weren't in the workforce? Did they get their masters and then just keep going to school before they started working, or were they working after they got their bachelors?
I feel like that kind of doesn't matter, because whether you're working,
it matters a lot.
Whether you're working or not, you still have to go to the PWI to get certified. So what I'm saying is the HBCU is the launch pad for the actual success, right? They wouldn't be able to go to this PWI that you keep referencing that has the prestige and things like that to give them extra accreditation had they not got their degrees from the HBCU. They wouldn't be in the workforce, right? Remember, we talked about those 2 quintiles. These people, their upward mobility, right? They're 30%. These are the things that I'm outlining to you, and it seems like it's going over your head. No, I'm just saying it's just all of it kind of fades when you go to the fact that you need the PWI to get the job, because you can go all the way. You can go all the way through with HBCUs, but if they say, well, this isn't good enough and you don't have anything to back you, now what?
No, but it is good enough to get them into the workforce, right? It's good enough to land them the jobs, right? To get them working, to start their career. Listen to what I'm saying. It's good enough to get them their jobs, to launch their careers, right?
Lower jobs, yes.
It's not lower. What lower jobs? Was Kamala? Okay, let's use one of your examples. Let's use one of your examples. Can you describe to me, the audience, and the judges, what Kamala Harris did with her HBCU bachelor's, right, before she obtained her master's degree at a PWI? What did she do?
Actually, I really don't know, but I'm going to be honest, it kind of doesn't matter, because
so where are you getting? So then you're just lying. So then you're just lying. You're making up stuff. So you just said you don't know.
How am I
you said
making
they get lower because
history?
You said they get lower jobs. That was your answer to my question. You said
you're
lower
trying
jobs.
to use one person to validate a generalized statement, but okay.
Right. I bring up anybody that you used on your slide. Tell me in your presentation, we can bring up any one of them. Right? Those are your examples. So I want you to tell me that they didn't have good paying jobs after they attained their bachelor's degrees from HBCUs before they got their master's from the PWIs that you brought up. Did any one of them not work in a good field and have good income? Yes or no?
I'm going to say no, because if they did, then they would have been able to stop and they wouldn't have went to the PWI. So I guess it wasn't good enough.
So you're saying that because people want to continue and further in their education, that makes them not successful? Do you understand? Do you hear yourself?
So, okay, if they further in their education from the PWIs, then does that mean that the PWIs are better then? Probably yes.
No, I just told you. So I just gave you an example.
Why couldn't they
have good jobs
at HBCU?
It's my question, right? I'm asking you the questions. They have
Listen to what I'm saying. They attain their bachelor's. They get the job in the career of their liking that they choose, right? With the good salary. Are you saying these people be working as fast food runners or something like that?
No, I'm not saying they work as fast food runners. I figure if
so
you have
they be in their respective careers, right?
I would think.
So they're in their respective careers, right? They get the job that they want, right? So how are you saying the HBCU isn't the launch pad to success if they are getting the careers that they want?
It's the starting path. If you got to go to the PWI,
exactly. Thank you. Thank you.
No. Again, that's not the end. We're talking about long-term success. That's not
long-term. It's the launching pad for long-term success, not PWIs.
No, because PWIs give you the accreditation for it.
We're not talking about accreditation. We're not talking about accreditation.
Like being a teacher.
We're talking about what launches, what starts, right? Long-term success.
We didn't say what starts it. We didn't say what starts long-term success.
What's better? We said what's better. You're right. We said what's better for Black people's long-term success.
Yeah.
Right? So if they go to HBCUs and obtain, that's the start. They went to HBCUs in order to obtain long-term success. Whatever they did after going to an HBCU is sparked by them going to the HBCU.
No,
that's where they learn their skills. It's not canceled out. That's where they learn.
That puts us right at a standstill, actually.
That's where they learn their skills, right? That's where they get their initial degrees, all of that, right? Now, what's the percentage of what? What's the percentage of HBCU graduates, right? Since you keep trying to use this HBCU to PWI partner. What's the percentage of HBCU graduates that actually go to PWIs in order to, right? It's only a few, right? It's not as major as you're trying to make it seem, right?
No, it's pretty major. It's a common
thing. What's the percentage? If you got to look it up, look it up. HBCUs to PWIs, the pipeline. I want to see the percentage so I can show you something.
Okay, wait, real quick. Do you want to pause your time or I don't know?
No, we gotta pause my time.
Oh, whoops. Okay, I see that. Give me a sec.
Whoops. What you saying?
Wait, chill.
Share with the panel.
60 seconds.
Share with the panel.
No, that's not it. I'm having technology issues. That's more so what it is. So.
Time bleeding out, just letting you know.
We waiting on her. She don't want to answer that question. If you don't want to answer it, my point is that's a small percentage of HBCU graduates.
Well, okay,
we know that HBCU
the percentage. Then
because I gave you the percentage. I gave you the percentage of HBCU graduates that are lawyers. I didn't. It's in my rounds. I gave you the percentage of HBCU graduates that are lawyers, doctors, engineers, all of them. What are you talking about?
And a lot of those still go to PWI, so we're still
they are already in their respective careers.
And so they're getting to PWIs as well. You never gave straight HBCU. You didn't.
Crazy.
Stop screaming over.
That's why I wanted you to get a percentage.
That was time.
You literally, do you want me to get the percentage or not?
The time overshot. You had to say it.
All right then. So go to the next question then.
Now, he said it's time. It's done.
Okay, good. So can we go to closing statements then?
Yeah.
Get up out of here. I'm tired of this. You ready to go home?
No, you're just a very annoying person.
I know. It's facts over feelings, though, Shawty. Facts over feelings.
No, you lied. But all right.
What I lied about? Everything I mentioned in my round, you proved my points in my round. Right. So what did I lie?
Cannon.
3 minutes. 3 minutes on the clock. So that you can go forth with your closing round. It is on Quinn.
Me, I'm first.
I'm sorry. Himmy.
Yeah.
Hold
I
on.
went first.
We were
Yes,
told to
he
switch
is
it. We
first,
were
and I
told to
thought,
switch it.
yeah.
So it is on you, Quinn.
Okay.
I
So,
you ready?
yes.
You need me to show anything?
No, I'm good.
And start.
Okay. So, tonight, my job was to bring how PWIs actually support us more than HBCUs do. I understand that HBCUs are important due to the legacy and all of this. I'm not sitting here trying to disrespect that. However, we have to look at the numbers today, the individual numbers, because individual stuff is what gets you to the group because people are jumping. Okay. So getting in an environment that's challenging, you can still make connections. You can still find yourself, your personality, all of that stuff at a PWI. Please remember, we have multicultural centers here where you can meet people from literally all over the world, even Africa. Like I've met people from Ghana, Kenya, and Ethiopia at this very school. I didn't have to travel anywhere to get those experiences. Please realize that PWIs open up the door to more networking and just simply more money. It literally sets you at a higher pedigree and a higher financial bracket than even the HBCU students. I have not met one HBCU who has gone through their whole college journey as just an HBCU, just an HBCU student. I haven't. I'm just going to be honest with you. They usually transfer. It's a normal thing. And it's nothing bad, but everybody else, including the other races, they know that going to a PWI gets you a good paying job. That's why you don't see them at HBCUs. I'm not saying this to try to hurt people's feelings or anything of the sort. All I'm saying is we need to look at the facts of what's on the table instead of coddling to emotion. I'll end it.
All right. I am stopping with 60 seconds on the clock. Now I will be resetting that timer to 3 minutes for my man Ron. Let me know when you are ready. I see you got something that you queued up.
Yeah, that's my last slide.
All right. Would you like me to? I'm just going to enlarge it to full screen.
Yeah.
I'll start when you start.
Okay, before I even get into this slide, she keeps saying, talking about emotions, but she used several testimonies, right? And not stats. So if you care about facts, actual facts, why am I the one that's providing statistics and you're providing emotional testimony? Make it make sense. You're contradicting yourself. You're proving my point throughout your rounds. You're proving my point in the question and answer round. You tapped out in your own round. But look, the evidence is clear. Quinn, we've laid out the facts. Let's review what the data tells us, right? The numbers don't lie, right? People lie, but numbers don't lie. It's 3% of institutions and graduates. HBCUs comprise 99 institutions, just 3% of higher education institutions, yet produce 13% of all Black bachelor's degrees. Right? That's from the National Center for Education and Statistics, and that's from 22 to 23. You say you want recent numbers. All these are going to be recent, Quinn. 30% income quintile climb. 30% of HBCU graduates climb 2 or more income quintiles compared to 18% of Black graduates from other institutions. That includes even if they do the pipeline that you suggested, Quinn. Okay? Brookings Institution, that's HBCU, that's engines of economic mobility 2022. Again, this is recent. Okay, HBCUs generate an annual economic impact of $16.5 billion, supporting over 136,000 jobs. Right, that's according to the United Negro College Fund 2024 Economic Impact Report. Right, HBCU graduates collectively earn an additional $146 billion in lifetime earnings. Right, that's UNCF again. Right, the system's true colors. Land grant HBCUs have faced a $12.6 billion underfunding gap between 1987 and 2020. This is recent, Quinn, right? The choice is clear. HBCUs were built for Black excellence.
Predominantly white institutions were forced to include us through legal mandates and still resist today. The evidence speaks for itself. HBCUs deliver superior outcomes for Black students, long-term success, wealth building, and professional achievement. This isn't opinion, Quinn. It's documented fact. Okay? The verdict is in, Quinn. HBCUs win. Black Power.
You yield the rest of your time.
Yes, sir.
All right, with 30 seconds left on the clock, we have now concluded the 3-minute closing. So what I am going to do is I'm going to fix the screen because there we go. I'll separate y'all so y'all not next to each other, so y'all don't reach over and hit each other. This was a good old-fashioned bomb burner. Y'all was cooking with oil. On my end, I was your moderator for the night. You know, they call me the cannon. I'm just trying to be a straight shooter. We are over here. I'm waiting on DMG to pop back up on his computer so that we can figure out what the judges have to say about tonight's event. Now, if you in the comments, you know, let me know what y'all feel, how y'all feel this debate went. For those who are at the bar, I'm waiting to see what's going on, and I want my money tomorrow. But everybody else, who y'all got? You know what I mean? We waiting on the judges. DMG, it is on you.
All right. Still waiting on those. Excuse me, y'all. Still waiting on that verdict, those verdicts from the judges. This was a fiery contest, and we are about to find out who is moving on to the premier event in all of the debate community. Y'all know what it is because I can't stop talking about it. But for those who may have forgot, let me give y'all a reminder.
On October 3rd through October 5th, the entire debate world comes together for 3 nights, 1 platform, 1 spectacle. This is not just another debate event. This is the grandest stage of them all. Debate Mania is the premier event in the debate community, the Super Bowl of intellect, the WrestleMania of words. The brightest minds, the fiercest rivalries, the biggest stakes. Here, champions are made, legacies are written, and only the sharpest minds survive. Debate Mania is the grandest stage of intellect. 2 voices, 2 visions, 1 destiny. For generations, the fight for Black liberation has taken many forms. But at Debate Mania, the battle is not fought with fists. It is fought with ideas. In one corner, the pseudo-Hunter Heru conscious, a fearless atheist, a relentless skeptic. He believes Pan-Africanism is an outdated ideology. And at Debate Mania, she plans to prove it. But standing in his way is the champion, the defender of the people, the voice of pride, power, and Pan-African unity. Super Pan Man, the Pan-African atheist. 2 giants of thought, 2 unstoppable forces, 1 collision that will shake the foundations of the Versus series. This is more than a debate. This is the main event. This is Debate Mania, only on Paradigm Shift TV 314. Be there for this historic 3-night event.
All right, family. All right. I hope everybody is there for debate mania. And listen, real quick, what I'm gonna start doing is, because these judges is off the chain with these notes, I'm not reading all of this, but I will tell y'all what I'm gonna start doing is putting the judges' notes on the community page with a congratulations to whoever won. So that way, on the community page, you'll get the congrats, and then you'll see why the judges felt the way they felt. And that way, everybody is keeping things copacetic with the situation. Look like we lost our sister Quinn, so I will hold out on reading this first judgment to when she gets back, and I'm still waiting on the second one. But yeah, this is these judges are super thorough. I think y'all gonna enjoy reading those on the community page as to why they felt the way they felt. Let's wait for the sister to come back. Big Himmy, the biblical barbarian. Man, I told you on the face-off, man. I'm gonna play this for you because I think that it is appropriate as it pertains to the face-off and the debate. Because usually, my brother, you are the conquering hero, conquering barbarian warrior in these versus series contests, but you took a turn as it pertains to the sister. I'm gonna play this for you, bro.
You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Because I think you became the villain tonight and at the face-off, brother. I think you became a villain, man. Like, man, it's just.
You don't see me in my uniform? My uniform. And guess what? I didn't choose white one or a black one. I chose an out.
Yeah, listen. You kind of reminded me of me when I was over there strangling that goat called Mumble Mouth Molly on A1 channel. I hope the brother recovered. He called me while this was happening, talking about hit the link. I'm like, bro, I got a debate on my channel. Oh, you got excuses, you running. Nah, you ran, bro. It ain't my fault you don't know the difference between Black existentialism and existentialism. Hey, if the brother still got the balls to hold his nuts and show up next Sunday and get that ass whooping, be on A1 channel next Sunday so y'all can see how I surgically dissect this fool ignorance. But that being said, Big Himmy, how did you feel about the debate, brother?
I felt pretty good, man. I felt pretty good going in because I knew I had a bunch of statistics and things like that on my side. Which I'm glad that the sister actually verified some of my stuff within her rounds. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even have to ask people to go fact check it because she presented some of the same information. You know what I'm saying? So I feel pretty good, man. Like I said, I had a job to do. I came to do it. You know, I'm dressed in my woman beater attire. You know what I'm saying? Like I told you, I chose the out and gray instead of the white or the black. You know what I'm saying? But this what we doing, man.
No doubt. Quinn, my sister, before you say anything, I'm just gonna say what you probably was thinking all night when it came to you, taking on this brother who just took a whole heel turn in the face-off with you and in the debate with you. I don't know what happened to him. The brother just switched up, man. I used to be somebody I looked up to, and now I'm just, I'm confused. I'm saddened, and yeah. Anyway, I know this is probably what you was thinking while you was dealing with Big Himmy, the biblical barbarian.
Shame.
Quinn, what did you think of the debate, my sister?
Shame.
I mean, I kind of don't care actually.
Oh wow. Okay. I don't know why you would. Why would you even compete if you don't care? That's kind of disconcerting, but okay.
It's called submission, BMG. You witnessed me do this to somebody before. Man.
No, that's not it. Himmy, no offense, but shut up right now. That's not what I mean. Throughout this whole thing on the tournament, I have had a lack of excitement. So it's like I'll get done with it and I'm done. That's it. That's just simply my emotions. It doesn't mean anything. So that's just simply how I feel. The end.
Okay. Okay. Well, that being said, we're going to go to the first judge's decision. And this judge says Quinn used proximity to white people as a measure of success other than blackness rising to the occasion. She quoted black people's success without addressing economics, which would have black people surrounded by black people. Himmy claimed that black students had a better graduation rate and more support at HBCUs. No one talked about debt, which is a major part of this, should be a major part of this argument. The outcomes for HBCU students is then dismissed if they go to a PWI. As Quinn presented without HBCU graduation rates and success in graduate schools to PWIs, Quinn claims that you only get lower jobs with HBCU degrees. Quinn claims that the bachelor degree from PWIs pay what HBCUs provide in masters, but there was no data. This is a nonsensical argument. HBCUs have all students from different countries. She used the ignorance of diversity of HBCUs to argue, but did not back it up with actual school demographics. Data could have been used to prove those points. Many of Quinn's arguments, when fact checks, didn't check out, but Himmy's did. Judgment for Himmy. That was judge number 1. And like I said, what we'll start doing is posting the judges' renderings once we figure out who's won and put up a congratulatory post in the community page. You'll find out why the judges said what they said, whether it's the 2 judges being unanimous or whether it went to the 3rd judge. We'll start doing that. Not going to do it tonight because I got to go to bed, but we will start doing that post WrestleMania. I said WrestleMania, Debate Mania. All right, we're going to go to judge number 2. All right. Now this judge sent, okay. Yeah, this is definitely going to have to be a community tab situation. They said this debate was admittedly a roller coaster. In the opening rounds, both debaters clearly stated their premise, offering definitions and laying out the groundwork for what will be touched on in the presentations for the debate. That said, this match goes to Himmy. He did a solid job of isolating all data to Black students as opposed to PWI stats, which do not specifically isolate the Black population and their individual success, and not limiting it to just a degree. He edged the win in the debate as well, though Quinn was strong in the debate area and had quick counters, which made this dangerously close. And with that being said, the winner is Big Himmy, the biblical barbarian, who will be moving on to face KOT at Debate Mania. This is a big deal for a couple of reasons, which we will get to, but congratulations to the biblical barbarian.
Congratulations, my guy.
Quinn, do you have any closing remarks with regards to the debate, the tournament, what you want to do next, etc.?
Nope. Congrats, Himmy.
Appreciate you, sir.
All right, all right. Now, Himmy, the reason I said that this is a big deal is because you have a #1 contenders match with Lucifer the Devil for a title shot at the Battle of the Ideologies event in November. So, win or lose in the social media title tournament, you still, because you are #2 ranked, you and Lucifer will be squaring off on Saturday, October 4th for a shot at the world title, regardless of who is holding it, at the Battle of the Ideologies event coming in November. And I think we're going to do that Saturday after Black Friday in November. This won't be a 3-night event. This will just be a 2-day thing, Saturday and Sunday. We're going to line something up for y'all on Saturday, which I think will precede Himmy or Joshua's title shot, and then we'll do the title match on that Sunday. That being said, that'll be our Battle of the Ideologies event. That'll be something we do once a month as we lead up to those quarterly Debate Mania events. That being said, if Himmy defeats KOT for the social media title, and he defeats Joshua for that shot at the world title, and then goes on to defeat either Pan or Haru, we could see history made in the Versus series, and Himmy could walk around calling himself Himmy the Biblical Barbarian, or better yet, Himmy 2 belts, the reigning, defending, unified social media world champion. What you got to say, my bro?
Oh man, that's a lot. I apologize, Quinn. I didn't mean to do that to you. Like I said, you gotta blame this on the ones who structured these debates. You know, you my Christian sister, you know what I'm saying? I love you to death. But I had to do what I had to do. So no hard feelings there. All right. But as far as the tournament goes, DMG, man, I'm excited about it. I'm mad because I really wanted. I knew Mike sucked at debating, but
oh man, how dare you? Like you done went full villain mode on me, bro.
But I wanted to give him a chance to rip his head off. You feel me? But you know, now I got to do a face off with the brother KOT. You know what I'm saying? Figure out what we're gonna talk about, what we're gonna discuss, and then we're gonna go from there, man. Like. I'm ready for it. Like I said, at the end of the day, I'm bringing truth and facts to all these debates, regardless of. I think people didn't think I was going to be able to do it because we was moved outside of the Bible, but it don't matter, man. As long as they got facts to support an argument, I'm always bringing that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm glad I'm keep furthering this truth pushing. You know what I'm saying? Keep doing what I got to do. At the end of the day, if I get them belts along the way, that's great. But as long as people see, they said Quinn was gonna anonymous here. I'm waiting on you too, bro. Just you keep talking. You think you sold me, bro. You keep telling me, fam. I'm waiting on you too, bro. All y'all that be running y'all mouth. Y'all different when you gotta sit up here, bro. That's all I'm saying. It looks sweet, it looks soft, it looks like it's easy, but when you gotta sit across and give their presentation, yours right after I give mine, it's different, bro.
Hey man, this dude right here. Again, y'all, he done went full heel.
You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Listen, Cannon, you moderated this thing, man. Y'all had almost 50 people in the building. I think a certain Barbarian Queen been holding out on your boy. Me and her gonna have to have a conversation. I'm a little tight in the chest. I don't know if it's the bronchitis or if I'm just feeling hurt because I feel like, yeah, I'm feeling away, sis. We got to holler. We got to rap.
Yeah,
but anyway.
In the comments, man, shout out to the Barber Loaded. Shout out to the Brotherhood. Like all my folks in the chat. Shout out to Titans Debate League.
Shout out to Paradigm Shift. Shout out to everybody who came and support us, man. That's love. And
Hey, shout out to Titans Debate League and all that inspiration they took from your brother DMG and Paradigm Shift TV and the Versus series. Shout out to that brother. Y'all go check him out. Next week, I'm gonna strangle me a goat and Mumble Mouth Molly. He when I get done strangling him, y'all might understand what he be saying. But my man Cannon, what did you think about this thing, man? You was the moderator. It was an exciting back and forth. What did you think?
I thought both contestants did a good job. I like Quinn's presentation aesthetics. That was probably one of the things that caught my eye. A little anime feel on there. Himmy was straight to the facts with the numbers. I thought both people did extremely well. The Q&A was a little touch and go for a second. It was funny for me. You know, like I said, it just, you know, from the beginning to the end, I felt like we just went straight through it. You know, me, I'm a straight shooter. I ain't put no filler in there. No, I like how they both went. Some of the antics between them, just in between setting up this debate and then going through the debate, and Himmy with the banter made for a good, just for a good show. And I'm happy that both contestants did their thing.
No doubt, no doubt, no doubt. And listen, man, I think that this was again a hotly contested contest. I strongly believe that the sister Quinn is easily one of the top contenders in this Versus series thing. The passion with which she debate with is unmatched. Shout out to both debaters. Any last words? A1, check your inbox in that management group and you can jump on. I ain't want to put it in the chat because I ain't want everybody to think it was for them to jump on. That being said, any last words before A1 come up here and promote this boots to butts to backside situation I got coming for JJ? Any final inquiries, Quinn?
I'm okay.
All right. Himmy, you could make history at Debate Mania, brother. Any last words from you?
I'm just ready, man. Let's get to it. I'm already preparing for that. For me and Joshua debate, I started preparing for that when it first was announced. So I'm already preparing for that one. As soon as I figure out what me and KOT gotta, agree on the topic, I'm gonna take a break from Joshua and start preparing for him. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be ready.
Man, so listen, family, again, Himmy has 2 debates at Debate Mania now. He just moved on for the social media title final. He also has Joshua, aka Lucifer, in the #1 contenders match, regardless of what happened with Haru and Pan. One of them will be facing Himmy at Battle of the Ideologies, the weekend kicking off Black Friday. That Black Friday kicks off. So, hey, y'all come back and rock with us. Might see something between Michael Everett and Pan or Haru before that time. I mean, win, lose, or draw, Pan might have to see Mr. Everett. We're going to see who Quinn match up with next. We got some big things popping. But right now, we got the founder of Titans Debate League in the building. What you got for us, bro?
How y'all feeling today? Peace to the chat. Peace to the panel. Peace to the debaters. Good job tonight, Himmy. Good job, Quinn. My mic working good? Can y'all hear me?
Loud and clear, loud and clear.
Yeah, if you missed it tonight, you can share my screen. Go ahead and show them what they missed. They can catch the recap.
The stage is set. The question looms. Is black existentialism the best ideology for black people?
On one side stands JJ 7000, aka Mandinka Mali, a master of strategy, a tactician of rebuttal, known for dismantling legends with precision and fire. Across from him, the leader of Paradigm Shift, waving the flag for his home team, ready to defend his movement with conviction and pride. This isn't just a debate, it's a battlefield of minds, where every word is a weapon and every sword strikes like steel. Two titans, one podium, one question that could reshape the future. The Face-Off, tonight, 8 p.m. And if y'all missed that, man, y'all can go check out that Face-Off, man. You know, Mandinka Mali put out an APB on DMG. DMG showed up. And you know, what'd you say? You don't think he liked what he found?
Yeah, nah. Hey, listen. Very rarely do somebody put out an APB and then they end up needing an APB put on them. Hey, when it come to messing with your brother DMG, be careful what you ask for. This is big beard business, and I don't think the brother was ready. He clearly out of his depth. He clearly don't know what he's talking about. I had A1 because he wouldn't let me read it. He asked me to explain what I'm talking about. I started breaking it down. He started cutting me off. So I had to have A1 read it. Y'all go back and look at it. A1 read it, and nothing he was talking about was there because he's out of his depth. And I've been trying to tell him. I feel like he might be trolling me. He been hanging with my sister Tiffany Daniels too long. He then became a master troll because I'm trying to figure out, like, had this brother been dumb this whole time? I thought the dumb stuff was an act, but I'm starting to believe Mandinka Mali might actually be dumb. But we gonna find out when he step up to me, and if he really putting forth what he putting forth. It's gonna be a long day for him. He was crying tonight. I don't know what y'all. He gonna be inconsolable after this debate. So, hey,
I was trying to be neutral. You know, but did I do a good job being neutral, man?
Bruh, you was neutral. He just got in his feelings.
Hey, they expect me to come be biased. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Quinn, I want you to feel safe to come over there as well. Like, I would never let nothing nefarious happen to you in the name of debating. You know, it is some honor in this. And I appreciate your show tonight. Good show.
If anything, and I ain't take it this way, but if anything, like you said, I can make the case that I was being treated unfairly. I didn't even know y'all was doing the show.
Yeah, exactly. See? You know what I'm saying? You didn't even do that. You know how the game go. You know?
How you put an APB out on somebody and then you end up the person that's missing? Like, what we talking about?
Crazy,
so yeah, y'all, hey, listen, we doing this cross promotion thing. Shout out to the boss. Shout out to Titans Debate League. Shout out to everybody in these debate spaces because it's enough content for all us to eat and for all us to get our bread. So salute to the two debaters. Excellent job from Quinn. The passion is unmatched. Shout out to the biblical Barbarian making his villainous turn. Shout out to the brother A1 for coming up, being gracious with his hosting, even though cats like to cry and they in their 60s and whatnot. And Tiffany, you right. I'm sorry to link you to Mumble Mouth Molly. That was not fair to you, my sister, and it will not happen again. But you know, you are the troll queen, and I'm trying to figure out if the brother just stupid or is he trolling me? That being said, I do apologize. Salute to the best host in the business, my man Cannon, and everybody in the chat. Y'all know what it is, man. Y'all got one more preview coming as we get ready to get out of here. Debate Mania is up on us. Himmy just cashed his ticket for the social media title final, and he may make history being a #1 contender in line for a title shot in November, while holding that social media title. In November, will we be calling them Himmy 2 belts? We shall see. In the meantime, y'all know what it is, man. It's Paradigm Shift TV 314. We're going to keep bringing them to you. Y'all might be seeing A9 versus the Slim Reaper. Y'all may be seeing Pan versus Michael Everett. You never know what we got going on, man. But the Versus Series is live in 2025. This is Paradigm Shift TV 314. Y'all know what it is. Y'all come black, rock with us. Till next time, we out of here. That's peace.
Say that. Gone.
On October 3rd through October 5th, the entire debate world comes together for 3 nights, 1 platform, 1 spectacle. This is not just another debate event. This is the grandest stage of them all. Debate Mania is the premier event in the debate community, the Super Bowl of intellect, the WrestleMania of words. The brightest minds, the fiercest rivalries, the biggest stakes. Here, champions are made, legacies are written, and only the sharpest minds survive. Debate Mania is the grandest stage of intellect. 2 voices, 2 visions, 1 destiny. For generations, the fight for black liberation has taken many forms. But at Debate Mania, the battle is not fought with fists. It is fought with ideas. In one corner, the pseudo-Hunter Heru conscious, a fearless atheist, a relentless skeptic. He believes Pan-Africanism is an outdated ideology. And at Debate Mania, she plans to prove it. But standing in his way is the champion, the defender of the people, the voice of pride, power, and Pan-African unity. Super Pan Man, the Pan-African atheist. 2 giants of thought, 2 unstoppable forces, 1 collision that will shake the foundations of the Versus Series. This is more than a debate. This is the main event. This is Debate Mania, only on Paradigm Shift TV 314. Be there for this historic 3-night event.